Beyond the Bell with Superintendent Dr. Javier Montañez. I am not the superintendent, but I am Alex Torres Perez, the Senior Director of Communications and External Affairs, which is just a very fancy way of saying that my job is to tell the stories of these students right here. I am joined by the not PCTA, the Hope High School Respect team. So we're going to go ahead and start with a quick introduction. Just tell us your name and what grade you're in.
My name is Chastalise Mate, and I am a junior at Hope High School.
My name is Ayana Walton, and I am a junior at Hope High School.
Hi, my name is Eliani Silva, and I'm also a junior at Hope High School.
My name is Joel Alvarado, and I am a senior at Hope High School.
My name is Julian Janelle, and I'm a senior at Hope High School.
My name is Kinaya, and I am a senior at Hope High School.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. I know time is kind of cutting short. The annual showcase is coming up in a few weeks. It will be taking place on May 26th at the CIC from 9 to 11:30. So it's a very exciting time. This is really a time where you guys get to showcase your social impact projects. So talk a little bit about your project specifically.
Okay. Our project at Hope High School is to build a studio, kind of similar to what we're in now that PCTA has, but it's going to be more of a music production studio. Mm-hmm. So where students get to come in, create beats, or maybe sometimes like after school or during advisory, create podcasts and just really explore themselves within the studio. Each one of us has been separately doing our own thing. Like Julian, he was the person who found like the space for the studio, and he was talking to Miss Maggie and the principal about this, and it's just been all of us working together to really try and push this forward. And even though the seniors are going to be leaving, graduating soon in a couple of weeks, we're still going to be here, and we're probably going to be able to implement this further. I really think the studio is just going to be so impactful for our school and for the students at our school too.
Yeah, it gives you like another sense of expression. Talk a little bit about why that's so important. And you guys have been working on this all year long. So, what have been some of the challenges you faced?
Some challenges that we face, I'd probably say, probably just like trying to find the right space in our school to like implement this studio for students to create and like have a safe space for themselves, and then also like with like funding and having like finding good resources, with like having such great resources to like have this project be made.
Okay. And then showcase is coming up. This is really your opportunity to talk to people, tackle the funding issue. So what are you kind of hoping for the showcase?
We're kind of hoping that our project can get like reached out like way more, and that a lot of people would be very interested more of how the students will react to this project, and just like a definitely more like defined version of just like how the space can really benefit them in different ways, and just like the school in general, since our school is turning to like more of an art school, this is really going to benefit not just the school but the students as well.
Yeah, and I'm guessing with music production, I mean that's exciting.
Yes.
So let's shift a little bit away from your project and into actual respect. We have a few seniors standing in the back. So seniors, why is respect so important?
Okay, for me, it's important to me only because I used to be a very nervous person. Like, I didn't talk to anyone. It kind of, like, built my confidence. It kind of, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's, like, I had, a different point of view of life. It's, like, me respecting people's opinions, or it's just, like, it kind of students to where, like, they can just, like, express themselves through, like, talent and, just stuff like that. So, yeah.
And you've done it for 2 years now.
Yes.
How cool is it to, like, kind of have, like, these ideas and, like, bring them to life?
Well, it was amazing, honestly. Like, my first year, it was kind of tough because I didn't know, like, what I was actually getting myself into. But then, like, my second year, I got more confident. It's, like, bringing ideas to, like, our team and stuff like that. So it was, like, an amazing experience for me. And it's also, like, stuff I can put on my resume, so it's kind of beneficial to, like, my life. And, like, stuff, like, I can take to college, just stuff like that.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more because obviously you guys are getting ready to kind of move on. A little nerve-wracking. What are some skills that you learned from respect that you're planning on taking away during college?
I mean, one of the skills that I would take from respect into college would be that when you have an idea, if you really, really believe in it, no one can tell you no. As much you can reach out and then ask for help, and then as long as you get the resources and you really believe in your own idea, you can make it happen. Yeah.
And so I know Respect, it spans from elementary school all the way to high school. We have teams throughout the district. So if other students are really interested, why should they participate?
Why should they participate? I would say because it's a way to build community within your school. I mean, community is the most important thing within your school. You don't want to have a broken community where everyone is so like there's this certain group and there's this certain group, and everyone's just separated. You want to bring people together. So within Respect, we are able to incorporate a music studio and a podcast studio, and to bring students together who have creative minds, but they are separated through the school. So we bring them together, and then we just form a great community. So that's why I think it's important for everyone. Respect is for everyone, as long as they are willing to put in the work and they are willing to learn and they're willing to grow. Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited about this, and hopefully we'll get some mixtapes or something from students in the future.
Do we have extra minutes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, awesome sauce. I just wanted to talk more about like our process of going through this and how much we've actually done. We've just been working, trying to figure out what equipment we might need, emailing teachers, emailing people to come to our school and talk about this more and help us out with the planning. And we've even had, last week on Friday, we got to talk to this, NPR? From Ocean State Media is their name. I had reached out to them personally, and I was emailing them over the past couple of weeks. And I was like trying to tell different people about our passion and our project, and that this is not only about Hope High School, but it's about the community, because if we're able to get all these different people aboard, it will represent collaboration, inspiration, innovation, and just all these different things into one place. And so I was really trying to get out there and show everyone that this is more than just Hope High School. And so I was actually able to reach a few different people, and so they were able to come in and we were able to speak to them. I remember Chaz and Eliani, they were there, and we were really able to speak to them, and they seemed really interested, and they even offered some help. And so I think that, building what everyone else said, is like, it's a lot more than just Hope High School. It's about community. It's about the community in Hope High School and the community around Hope High School too. And so it's just like, it's really amazing to see how it came from like one idea to talking to actual people about it, and going from on paper or on Google Sheets to let's see if we can get some equipment down right now type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a year-long process, and what I really love that you mentioned is like first the initiative to reach out. Like, did you ever think that you would reach out to Ocean State Media or just like random people to get support for a project? And now you're bringing not only the entire school community together, but like the outer community as well. So, hopefully the showcase helps connect further and to help bring that project further into life.
Yes, that's like exactly what we want to do, especially with just like with our whole project. Like Ayana was saying, like it's more than our community. It's basically an inspiration for other students to have these ideas that they can know like they did it too. These young minds did it, then we can do it too. It's giving inspiration for all these other schools out there, the public schools especially, because we are a school who really gets like less than other schools. So like just like something like this is something very big, not just for us, but like the whole entire, even the world, like other schools from different countries and other schools from different states. Like this is something very big to leave like a generational mark.
And you just never know, because we're so interconnected with social media nowadays that you could post something that you guys produce in your music studio, and you could, be like the kids in, I think it was New England, you know what I'm talking about? That got really viral and everyone was listening to their music. So really excited about this. Come to the showcase to find out more and hopefully support you guys. We do have a second Respect team from PCTA who's now going to join us and talk about their projects. But thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
We are now joined by the Respect team here at PCTA. We're going to go ahead and give you guys a minute just to kind of introduce yourself, give us your name, and then what grade you're in.
My name is Homie, and I'm in the 11th grade.
My name is Rain Ellis, and I am in the 11th grade.
My name is Francesca Burima, and I'm in the 10th grade.
My name is Maya, and I'm in the 11th grade.
My name is Pam. I'm in the 12th grade.
I'm Urani. I'm in 11th grade.
My name is Danny. I'm in 10th grade.
All right, so Student Showcase just a few weeks away. What is your project, and what are you really hoping the community sees?
So our project right now is we're working on the whole month, every single day outside the lunchroom. We're working on mental health and substance use awareness, which is where we're showcasing different activities every day and giving the kids an opportunity to like kind of express themselves and tell us how they feel on mental health or on substance use. So it's been a really good like month so far doing those events.
You know, we started the year off like with like no type of student involvement and like no like students engaging with each other, or like not really having more like events for the school for people to, you know, actually do stuff and talk to other people. So these events that we usually do during the week gets the kids to, you know, talk to each other, express themselves more, because when we usually have other people to, you know, when you have somebody else to talk to, you want to, you know, talk to them more and you feel more comfortable. So it gave like more students the chance to, you know, try new things, or like know that there's you know, resources out there, but we just, us as a team, we had to, you know, bring it out. So, you know, students know.
Yeah, no.
We want to make the people that they feel here. We want to hear their voice. We want that everyone, everything. We are here to help and to hear them.
Yeah, and it's very timely because, like you mentioned, it's a mental health awareness month. So, and it's obviously, you know, students, there's a lot of pressures. There's school.
It did take some time in the beginning. Like at first, there wasn't really much interaction, but over time, the more events we did, I feel like it just made the school come more together. The kids are more interactive. Whenever we always have our things like this month alone, we just been having a lot of kids interact and like really interested and learning more about it.
I think one of the main reasons, because we got our beautiful team manager / teacher over here, just so like, you know, everybody just like she's like super friendly, like we like the whole school just loves her, you know. So that's why everybody came to like the cafeteria events we did and all that.
She
like,
does play a big role.
Yeah,
a lot of people feel
like
a lot of people feel confident.
Like 95%
so,
of
you know,
it.
when
Like,
you have someone that cares more, you
want to get more involved.
like,
She really showed that she really care about us. So
all
students go to her to be here to you know, go for help, to meet her, just to feel that someone cares about them. It's not just a how are you, just to ask. It's a how are you, what you doing. We care that she really want to know.
She picks it up right away, which is why we do a lot of this.
Like just a body of energy, like positive
She's
energy.
Easy person
Like,
to talk to. It's just natural.
But also, it makes sure that you guys know that, you know, there's someone available to help out.
I think a big
Which is
reason
where
why she does this is because she wants everyone to feel like that they belong in the school.
I don't think I've ever felt that way about teaching.
I can relate to what you said, because, you know, a lot of kids at PCTA don't feel like they belong, but, you know, we have Miss Soul here as one of, like, you know, somebody that everybody just looks up to. Like, people will come up to us and be like, oh, like, is Miss Soul here? And we'll be like, yeah, like, she's here. Like, you know, sometimes we have to bring kids to Miss Soul just so they can feel like they're heard, and, like, you know, they have somebody that, you know, who cares for them and, you know, who's always going to be there for them, even when, like, you know, they're at their lowest, or, like, anybody in the school.
Do you think it's also easier for students to reach out to other students versus straight to a teacher?
Probably, especially like for close
especially
friends.
like us too, because we make sure that they know they can come to us for problems, and we can like either address it to Miss Soul, have conversations with them one-on-one, or just help them in general.
So your project is basically in full swing right now. Like
Yeah.
You're already seeing really a big or impact already. Yeah. So what are you really hoping to take away from the showcase? Just to kind of show off, like, this is what we're doing in our school.
Yeah, I feel like we're just trying to show that we can make a big impact if you really, like, push yourself and stay, like, focused to, like, reaching a goal. So I think that's really what we're trying to take away from this, especially since we started from the beginning. We didn't really know where to come from, but now since we have so much, like, leeway and help, we know what to do.
Yeah.
I also think that with us doing this and showing off at the showcase, we want to show that a change is possible and to make a big change so everyone gets along and, you know, talk to each other and to have that school spirit is possible.
Yeah. And then I know this is all, you know, really coming together as part of Respect. So, you know, Respect allows you to bring a lot of your ideas to life. Talk a little bit. I know a few of you guys have done it for a few years. Talk a little bit about the impact that you've seen over the years, or the changes that Respect has helped you guys.
I mean, some changes for me personally, since I've been doing Respect since 7th grade, I feel like I've become more comfortable with speaking around bigger groups of people and getting to express myself and how I feel about certain things.
Okay. All right. And then what other skills, even if this is your first year in Respect, what other skills have you learned through this process?
In the conference, they make us like go with different schools and interact and share about ideas. I learned how to speak with others because I'm more shy than other things. So I learned how to speak with others and always speak with everyone with the same respect, even they are minor or older than me.
Yeah, I wanna keep going what she said. Like, me, I'm very outgoing, but like I'm very shy at first, and I feel like Respect has gave me the confidence to just go and just be me, and I just gained more confidence off of it. Like, I got to do more things, and I got to just see how other schools are and get to hear other kids' voices and how like it impacts them.
Yeah. Respect just makes you know that it's like it's okay to talk. It's okay to say stuff. It's okay to, you know, find the help that you need, search for the help. So it's very engaging, and I just love it. I just love it.
I feel like that's the overall vibe here.
Yeah.
So I know some students might be seeing this for the first time and wondering, okay, what even is Respect? So what would be maybe your message to other students who might want to get involved?
Respect is a place where you can come, talk to people, meet new people, and get to talk to them and share your sides of stories or how you see stuff and how you see it through your perspective.
Yeah. So it all is student advocacy.
Yeah. Putting the word out there.
Yeah, you can express your voice and make your ideas. You can share your ideas and make it possible. Not be worried or scared about your ideas. They're gonna hear you.
Your ideas will always come through.
And you have that support too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know we have a senior in the house. Hey. So as you're getting ready to graduate, you know, I know it's nerve-wracking, but talk a little bit about what is the biggest takeaway for you.
Probably the biggest takeaway for me is definitely getting to hear others out, because everyone at Respect, they're there for the same reason, but they're there to bring different perspectives on different situations in schools or life or just in general. And I just think that's really important in life, because you only get your perspective. It's important to see everyone else's and what they do.
Anything that you're going to take away and like continue on doing for college or
Probably,
post high school?
I'm going to continue on communicating with others and speaking how I feel, because I know when I came in as a freshman, I would not talk to anyone. There was no student life here until the Respect program became active at this school. I just thought it was a really fun way to get out my comfort zone a little bit. So I'm definitely taking away a more confident side of myself for college.
All right, and we love that. We love that. So I guess, okay, showcase is on the 26th. So people are really going to be seeing what you're doing. You know, what would be your message for the community as they see your project?
Honestly, I think our message to the community after they see not just ours but everybody's is that anything matters. Like every little thing, it all connects to each one another, because at the end of the day, you know, we're all human and we all feel the same.
Yeah. I think that would be a good way to explain it. Like, I don't know, kind of just like what you're saying is heard and seen, and don't be scared to speak up if you like feel a type of way or you just want to talk to somebody. Like, I feel like that's just our big part of what we want to come across.
Any final notes that you guys want to add about your project or the upcoming showcase?
Just stay tuned.
May 26th.
May 26th. We are now joined by the adults of Respect here joining us. So go ahead and give a quick little introduction and what you do.
Yeah. So my name is Dr. Nkolika Onye. I'm the Chief for Opportunity and Access for Providence Public Schools. And the Respect program actually lives in my department and in my office. And we're excited about this becoming the third year of Respect. And the amazing accomplishments for many of our students.
Hi, and I'm Solenia Salas, Mrs. Salas. I'm the Student Assistant Counselor here at PCTA. And basically the work I do is with mental health and also substance use awareness, connecting the two with the students and the staff, and just community work, student advocacy, knowing how to have positive change and creating safe spaces for our students within the school system.
So I'm actually going to start with you, Mrs. Salas.
Yeah.
What has it been like working with these students all year long? You know, they come to you with an idea and then you're kind of helping bring that to life. So what has that been like?
It's been amazing. It's been challenging. You know, when I first came into the school, I'm a firm believer in student advocacy and what does that look like, and that all voices matter. And one thing I wanted to create in my office space was to make sure every student that came into contact with me, that they were seen, heard, and understood. So a lot of the trends that I was seeing and work with the kids, like, we don't feel seen or heard. There's ideas I have, but how do I put it out there? So I came with the mindset of how to create a safe space, but also build a platform for kids to be able to showcase some of these ideas in a way that they feel safe and feel like their voice truly matters. So I think for the one thing at the school is that so many people are here at school, but yet they feel alone and isolated. And so I wanted to come be like, you know what? Well, you guys are all welcomed, but how can I meet you where you're at? And that was kind of my motto coming into the school. And it's been very inspiring for me, but I've grown so much and I've learned from every single student I've come in contact with since day one. So my golden rule is to stay teachable, and I've learned something from each student that I've met.
Yeah, and seeing that growth is, you know, that's what teaching and
Yeah.
schools are all about, is seeing that growth. And something that you mentioned was making sure every student's idea is heard and, you know, that they could do something about it. I mean, that's the core of what Respect is, really. So Dr. Anye, talk a little bit about, you know, what you're really hoping that students take away from this program.
Yeah, so when we reopened our office about 3 years ago, one of the things we started with was developing an equity framework for the district. And so we worked with over 100 community members, students, parents, to really think about what equity means and what an equity framework could look like. And we came up with 5 major areas. And one of those areas is student agency, empowerment, and advocacy. And so out of that, the idea of Respect came. I wanted to create an opportunity to bring students together in a conference-like style to really be able to connect with each other and to think about what was really important in their community, either their school community or the community outside of their schools. Like, what are some of the things that they were experiencing that they really wanted to think about, to talk about, and maybe to solve and create some solutions that might actually help not only them as students, but also help members of their community, their parents, their families. So we created this, what we call Respect, raising expectations for students' consciousness, traditions, perspectives. We wanted to have a place where students could actually gain those leadership skills that they would need. And we wanted students who were just interested in making change, in making social impact. We weren't looking for, we didn't have any set criteria. We just wanted students who were really interested in growing and learning. And we also knew that in creating this, it would also be an opportunity for adults to learn. So we also wanted it to be a place where it was intergenerational. And so having a student leader within the group, but having an adult leader within the school who could really be that shepherd or that guide for each group at each individual school was really important. And that's why Ms. Salas is really important, and all of the adults who are the point person at each of the schools. And we have a Respect team in every middle and high school and 3 elementary schools. Those Respect teams, the strength of those teams really depends a lot on the passion and connection they have with their adult liaison. But it also is an opportunity for students to become creative, to be seen, to be heard, to really lift up those skills that they may not even realize that they have. When they come together in the conference 3 times a year, they actually imagine all of those schools together in one room, and they have a chance to get to know their peers in other schools. Many of them have some of the same projects they're working on, so they run ideas back and forth. They're able to share resources.
They learn from each other.
They learn from each other, and the adult liaisons who are in the room also are learning. I learn every single time I come in contact with the respect teams, either when I visit schools to go to work with them, or if when we're at the conference. Each time you go, you learn a little bit more, and it's just really inspiring. We want our students to be strong academically. It's really important that they leave high school with strong skills, academic skills, but we also know that there are other skills that they're going to need to be successful, especially students who come from marginalized communities. And so those the idea of problem solving, critical thinking, public speaking, advocacy, agency, confidence, and really speaking up about things that are important to you, adults struggle with that. How much more students? So this gives students an opportunity to also gain those necessary skills to accompany those academic skills that we want them to graduate with.
Yeah, and what I really like is that, you can do a project, you can do any assignment, but when you're doing something that actually creates an impact in the community that you're in,
right,
I feel like that's completely different.
Absolutely.
And it's like they feel valued, they feel important, they feel like they're making a difference, and those skills are things that they can carry for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. And they're making an impact on their schools, too. Some of the projects, the project they're working on here at PCTA, Substance Abuse and Mental Health, is supporting the work that the principal and all the adults are trying to do as well, as keeping students in school, making sure they come to school and they have good attendance, making sure they're engaged in class. Well, if you're struggling with substance abuse, if you're struggling with mental health, that's a block for you to be successful. So these teams are also helping. They're part of really what we call the school improvement process for each school, because they're, from a student's perspective, they're helping to support and they're making impact on the entire school. I mean, all of our respect teams are having different types of activities, hosting activities and events, inviting others in. So it's not like a exclusive club where they just stay amongst themselves. The goal is to come back to their schools and to really work with their peers and the adults in the school to make their school better. So there's an opportunity to make tremendous impact across the district. And the two schools that we heard from today, Hope High School and PCTA, are just some really good examples of when you bring students together and you provide them with the resources they need and a time and space to be seen and heard, and you have a strong adult there to help support them, magic happens.
And I do want to ask about that, because hearing those students, I mean, there's no better testimony than hearing from the students themselves. Like, adults can say things all the time, but when you hear from them, it's them, it's their impact, it's their lives that they're learning. Right. How did it feel hearing them, the impact and the difference that they're feeling?
Yeah.
I was a mess. It was very emotional because, like, I know Dr. Anya said this, like, you don't know the impact you're making until you hear, right? Because we do it because we love it and we're passionate about it. But then when you see the fruits of it, like, you're like, oh, okay, I'm doing something right. I know I'm not just hustling and sacrifice for nothing. And to see some of those students speak that before they didn't really speak a lot, they were very shy, was just such a testimony to know, like, this is because of respect. It's because of the work that we're doing. It's because of the opportunities. I think the opportunity is the biggest thing, because kids don't know what they're capable of until you give them the opportunity. You'll be like, hey, you got this. I believe in you, but do you believe in you, right? Mm-hmm. And it was inspiring to just hear, like, what difference it made for them so far as sophomore, juniors, and seniors. Mm-hmm. And I've told them, I'm like, you guys are going to pass the baton and make an imprint. What you do now matters. So I know they're setting up the stage and the platform and the school for the future students to come, that hopefully they will be in the respect, as a respect leader, and hopefully they will share their thoughts and feelings and what changes they want happen in school. And that's been the biggest thing for me, is like, you flower, you water the plant. Some of us are there for certain seasons, and what does that look like for when they graduate, that they don't forget what they did here at the school, that made such a big lasting impact. Exactly. And for me, it's been the biggest thing to know, like, it's inspirational. And I said, I learn from you every day. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, as an adult, I said, sometimes we need to check ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. And I think when you come from that place of full transparency, they respect you even more. Right. So I've come to spaces when I have meetings with students, I'm like, hey, all right, so what's the issue here? So we're talking a lot. Let's find solutions. Let's figure it out. Because we do a lot of talking, but not enough action. So let's be proactive instead of reactive. So if there's something that you don't like that's happening, let's make a change. Let's communicate, you know, and they're like, oh, all right, miss, let's write it down. Let's have a meeting with the teacher. Let's have a meeting with the staff. Or like, what, you know, what does that look like in the space? And like, well, nobody ever asked me that. I'm like, well, I'm asking. You know,
and that's all it takes.
you know,
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
And if you think about the name of respect, right? Raising expectations for students' perspectives, experiences, consciousness, and traditions. And how many times during both of those sessions did we hear perspective come up over and over again? You know, the dream we had was to bring students together at conference style. And every year it's a struggle with funding to make it happen, but we've managed for the last 3 years to really provide a real conference experience. Because a lot of times, and when I think about, I went to, you know, through high school, I did not go to my first conference until I was an adult. I never attended a conference as a student. And so to be able to have them from sixth grade all the way to 12th grade come together 3 times a year in a beautiful space in a conference style where they're well fed, where there's a strong programming, and they really are the center. Because if you come to a respect conference, the students are doing all the talking, all the thinking, all the planning. As adults, we take a back seat, and we're there to help support. And that is the experience that we want them to leave with. We want them to leave high school feeling the confidence that they need to know that they matter and that they are not imposters, that they belong in this world and they have a lot to offer. And so those are some of the ultimate goals for them to really know that they in fact can make an impact and do make an impact. And that together they're stronger. And you heard a lot of that, right?
Yes.
You heard this idea of
The
community.
Yeah.
They kept talking about community. They kept talking about how there was no student life, and all of a sudden this brought student life. Students need a place to be seen and heard. When they feel a sense of belonging, they will attend school. They will persist through hard classes. They will persist through the hard challenges that happen during high school. High school is not easy, and we all know that. It doesn't matter when we attend it, it is not an easy time. But when you feel a sense of community and you know that you have people around you who surround you and love you, you tend to come and persist and really put the hard work in to push through and be successful.
It
And
gets
that's
them
the goal.
excited to come to school. It gets them
Exactly.
excited to keep coming to school.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I do want to shift more towards the showcase because I
Oh,
know that is
please.
coming up.
Yes.
You know, they talked a lot about their projects, and I have actually been to previous conference, and
Yes.
you can really feel like the
Energy.
excitement and the energy in the air. So for community members, because that's really who we want to come to this conference
Absolutely.
to watch these or to learn about these projects. You
Right.
know, what would be your message to them, and what do you want? What is your vision for this conference?
Wow, I just want, I want the community to come in and really see and hear what students have to say. I want them to see the work that students have put in and the thinking behind their projects, and the fact that students are very passionate, the fact that students have a lot of creative solutions to a lot of problems that we adults talk about all the time.
Yeah.
I want them to come and be interactive. They'll have a chance to ask questions. They'll have a chance to be asked questions. I want them to also come in with an understanding that all of us are responsible for our students. It's not the school department or the classrooms or the teachers or the principals, but the community is responsible for its students. And this is an opportunity for the community to come in and really see the products that we are bringing out into the world, and to see that what they're learning, and to see that our students are smart. They have great ideas. All they need is an opportunity, and they need access to the resources necessary to help them be successful. So I know that if they show up and come, they will be very excited. And they also will have an opportunity to provide feedback. So when you come and attend, there's a feedback sheet that everybody gets, and they're able to leave feedback at every single table, so that at the end of in the middle of the day after lunch, all of the schools will get together and they actually read the feedback, because they're also planning for next year.
Yeah.
So they should be ready to come into a really energetic space where they'll see about 140 students in their teams, and they'll be able to actually have some interactive experience and really see the brilliance of our students, because our students are absolutely brilliant. They have a lot to say, and they have a lot of hope for their future, and they really, really believe that they definitely can make a difference for their communities.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know superintendent always says it's a team effort with
Absolutely,
everyone.
yeah.
Community is part of that team effort.
Absolutely.
So want to make sure everyone comes May 26th
May
at the
26th.
CIC
Yes.
from 9 to
11:30.
11:30-ish.
Yep.
We'll say 11:30-ish. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for joining
you.
us. I really appreciate everything that you do. The
Thank you.
students obviously appreciate everything you do. We're now joined by Hope's adult liaison for Respect. Hi, how are you? Introduce yourself a little bit for us.
Yeah, sure. My name's Oliver O'Neill. I teach social studies at Hope High School. And yeah, I've been the adult liaison. This is my first year of teaching.
Oh, wow.
And I'm the adult liaison for Hope's Respect crew.
What prompted you to, get involved and be a part of Respect?
Yeah, so I really believe in student leadership of our schools, and the Respect program really gives a voice to students who want to make a difference. The theme being social entrepreneurship. I'm really passionate about youth and youth power, and youth being the leaders of the change that they want to see in their schools.
And so hearing the Hope students talk about their projects and
Yeah.
Respect as a whole, how did you feel when you were listening to everything?
They bring me to tears almost every time. Every time I hear them talk, it's really incredible. I don't feel like I've done much except for facilitate and encourage them. They've really just taken the lead on everything, and it's been so inspiring.
And something that I feel like I hear often is that, the teachers and the counselors and everyone, that are involved in Respect, they learn a lot directly from the students.
Oh, yeah.
So what are some lessons that you've really taken away?
I think that when students have a good idea that they want to run with and that they're passionate about, they will take the initiative. As you heard from the Hope students, they independently reached out to community partners, scheduled for them to come in and speak with us and consult us on this project. So I really think that, if anything, I've seen how much Providence students are go-getters, are leaders, and really just need to be given the opportunity to lead in their school, and they will take it. They will rise to the occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, all of these projects wouldn't also be possible without you. So Dr. Onyé, I know we wanted to really stress the importance about, participation. It's not just, the students, even though they are the core and they're the main drivers of this.
Yeah.
Why is it so important to have, these adults in the room to help out as well?
Yeah. The adults they're vitally important. And it's interesting, Oliver said he doesn't think he's done much. He only encouraged and he only facilitated. That in itself is huge. A lot of our students, especially in our urban districts, they don't necessarily always trust adults. They haven't always had really positive experiences in organizations. In a school, in a district, they're organizations, right? And it's complicated. And there are tiers, and there are certain levels, and there are certain spaces where we've been conditioned to be adults only versus student only. And I think it's really important to have a passionate, not even that I think, part of the ingredient that makes a Respect team work and become a strong and effective team is absolutely the adult liaison, in conjunction with the school leadership, because the adult liaison is only as strong as the opportunity he or she or they are given in a school. So I want to also highlight the fact that when you have strong leadership that believes in student advocacy, they will provide the opportunities also for adults to step up and take this on. There's no extra pay to be an adult liaison. There's no extra time to be an adult liaison. So the fact that a first-year teacher at Hope High School, first-year teacher, by the way, if you ever went to, you would never believe he's a first-year teacher, actually stepped up to do this is huge. So I just want to say thank you to the administration in both schools to give those teachers the space to make that happen. I mean, Oliver's here today. Someone is covering for him. The school arranged for him to be here today. So it's really important to have the adult that really feels that passion and really believes that student advocacy is integral as part of a student's positive experience in school. And I dare say when you check the attendance of the students who are in the strongest respect teams, their attendance is on par. They're doing well in school. They know how to advocate. You can take those skills and move it out to how do I advocate for more time on my test? How do I advocate for another look at that essay? How do I advocate for more
For
time
yourself,
for
that's what I'm saying.
myself as a student, right? So it's really developing those lifelong skills that students need to be successful as students, to be successful as humans. So we rely on the adult liaison tremendously. I'm a very small office at the district. I have this huge idea, but the idea can only work if I have people at the school level who are willing to support those teams, because I cannot be in every school every day.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have people like Oliver and Saldania at PCTA who really understand this work and understand how it connects to them as well as adults, right? Because you've heard from both of them how they've learned, right? And I dare say, I know I was a chemistry teacher and a principal. I always got better from the students, right? It's a humbling thing to really take some self-reflection on yourself based on student input. And I think that's really important. So it's the magic that happens. So the adult liaisons like Oliver here are extremely important and a part of the secret sauce to a strong respect team.
Do you think you'll keep going as you keep?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I any opportunity I can have to help students, help uplift the students' voices and their ideas. I really just believe in them, and I think that's at the center of it. Is that I trust that they are intelligent, smart, articulate, passionate, and I think through my trust for them, my administrators' trust for me, just all builds on each other. And yeah, I think at the heart of it is trust.
Yeah. And I feel like after hearing the students, you could really sense that they feel that and they really believe that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us.
Of
Anything
course.
else that you may want to add before we wrap up?
Yeah, come to the showcase, May 26th.
Yeah, at the CIC, and then that will be from 9 to around 11:30. And stay tuned. Beyond the Bell is available on YouTube and on Spotify.